What is up, guys? Don't forget to subscribe. Check out my channel playlist for individual tutorials on logic, sculpting, animation, music, and more. Today we got a Dreams PS4 fighting game tutorial. Check out my game Linger on the Dreamverse. At the end of this video, I'm going to show you my game Polybius, which will be out as soon as it's finished. We're going to show you guys health bars, how to calculate damage with the impact sensor, how to make it easy, the easiest way to make health bars, how to get knocked back, and how to pretty much know what hitboxes are in Dreams. Let's start with the hitboxes. You want to unscope out of everything. Press L1 and square on your puppet. Then go to this. This is the hitbox. You can make the size of it whatever you want to. And you can customize it, make density. Density can also mess with the knockback. So if you don't want it to knock back as much, raise the density. These are the labels. Right now I have it labeled as friend. If it's not labeled anything, it's instantly labeled as unlabeled. This is labeled as unlabeled. It has no labels. So with our impact sensor, I have it sensing things for only things that's unlabeled. So let's say this right here was fire. This right here is fire. And this is the counter connected to the touching of the impact sensor connected to the increased count. This right here is in the timeline, and this also increases count. The reason that it is using this right here connected into here is because it's not in the Puppet microchip. If it's in the Puppet microchip, you won't need to connect it with the wires like that. You L1 and X on the Puppet, and then L1 and X on the microchip to open up the Puppet microchip. So the counter, impact sensor, increase count, the health count right here. Current count is inside of a timeline's playhead. I literally connected this into that. And then I made a text box, recorded this with the keyframe, put them both on linear, L1 and square on the keyframe, and then I put it on linear. These are my settings. At the end, you can make it keep the changes at the very end on the one at the end. And then the keyframe at the end, what I did is I dragged it while it was recording to make it know that it's losing health. And as that count increases, it'll start playing through this timeline that we recorded like that. And that's pretty much how that works. The text displayer, put space in here, click on it, press triangle. That's how you make space. Take it off of auto fit. Make the color of your health bar. Then customize where you want it to be with these two things right here. I recommend not using this one until after you record it, otherwise it's hard to drag the health bar. This is where the keyframes are. Just click once. Sometimes that happens. Excuse me. Whenever that happens, what I have to do is like essentially open this up with L1 and square. Just open this up and then start recording it. Can get a little tricky, but not too tricky. And then pretty much there we are. With the global game settings, whenever the health has ended, what you can do is put this in here. Well, actually, don't put it in there. Right here's our timeline, right? So on end trigger, reset scene. You can do that if you want to. Or you can add a doorway and then in another scene, another dream that you've created, make a game over screen. And do that also. So now I'm going to tell you guys why we have two different impact sensors. Feel free to look up my Dreams PS4 collision and labels video if you're still a little bit confused on collisions and labels. So the reason we have two of these impact sensors is because I want you guys to know that you can actually make double damage in Dreams PS4. With this right here, just here, it would only make it to where it's doing 1 damage, but with two of them, it makes it to where the count increases by 2, and there's a reason why it's knocking back like that, guys. It's because I have a knockback control sensor or puppet interface right here. I'm going to take that away. So why is that important? Why is putting impact sensors in here and an impact sensor outside of here important? Well, let's say we want to determine weaker punches during the animation. And let's say right here, let's pretend this right here is a punch animation. Let's say right here is where the strongest point of the punch is. And it looks like this. If anything collides with it during that part of the animation, it'll take more damage. It'll take more damage. So what you can do is layer these. And look up my Dreams PS4 animation tutorial if you need to learn how to animate. You can layer these to where as the animation progresses, more increased count damage can be activated. And then, you know, as it starts to fade out, less of them are active. That way it increases more counts whenever it needs to, whenever damage needs to be applied more. Smash Bros does this a lot, and a lot of good fighting games do this to where more damage is calculated during parts of the animation. But that's not all. Your hand is still the weapon. So, using a keyframe during the whole animation, or the majority of the animation whenever it's punching, you want to change by L1 and Xing on the puppet, then L1 and X on a specific part of the hand. You're going to be changing the hand's label to weapon. The reason you're changing it is because if it didn't change during the animation, then it would always be a weapon and always be able to hurt people. But it is only a weapon while the punch animation is in effect. So the impact sensor can only sense the punch while it's punching. Keep changes makes it to where the changes are kept even after the keyframe is powered off, like that. So determine when you want keep changes on and off. Now you may not want your character to be able to move while he's punching. What you can do is within this animation, if that's the case, view this as a cutscene. And make it to where your character, either this is on none, cannot move this way, or disable controls with a on-off switch. Whenever the animation stops at a point, the on-off switch will turn off. And this will thus keep the character from moving during the animation. Now you can look up my combos tutorial. I do have a combo tutorial on how to make combos for fighting games, so just look that up also. And apply your own methods to this method. There is one more thing that I want to show you guys. Right here you can change the speed, and you can change speed with keyframes. You can change all these settings. So maybe the character is really badly damaged, and whenever your health bar has your character damaged, you want the character to be slower and stuff like that. You can alter that with keyframes, or you can make power-ups, or you can do things to where certain attacks are just faster. Right here you can change the speed of animations. You can put it on once. I recommend putting it on once for your animations. And if there's anything else you guys need help with, just let me know. Really, the most important thing for fighting games is animations, in my opinion. If I left anything out, also let me know. I hope you guys enjoy my health bar. I like my health bar. It's a lot easier to do. And I feel like it'll make things a lot easier for you guys. So somebody was actually asking me how to make fighting games, and I hope this explains it a lot better, man. My first video is pretty good. I made that video early on during Dreams, but I've learned a lot more thus now. Oh yeah, that's right, knockback. So within this timeline, if you want your character, whoever you're punching, to be knocked back by the blow, you can make it to where either with a puppet interface and with their impact sensor, whenever they sense the impacts, just plug the puppet the impact sensor whenever they sense it to go backwards. Or you can use a force applier on different parts to make, whenever you're at the strongest point of the punch, the force applier makes it to where it knocks back even more. Or even a mover. You could use a mover for this also. The X, Y, and Z axis, I don't know which way, Y, Z, and then there's also a directional thing that you can just make it, So you can do that also. Then you just got to make all your animations for damage and stuff whenever they get hurt. Viewing it as a cutscene, make it to where it disables control whenever it needs to, and just go from there. I hope this helps, guys. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to put this on linear, and don't forget anything else. If there's anything that you guys need help with, just ask me in the comment section. Watch this video a few times if you guys are confused about something, or just ask me and I should be able to answer you. And alright guys, multiple impact sensors to do more damage, double damage. Labels and collisions, look up my labels and collisions tutorial. Counter, control sensor, switch, keyframe, impact sensor, keyframe, and the animations for your punches and health bar. All within one tutorial, timeline, text display, and we're out. Now I'm back with the puppet interface and force applier and mover, all found right here. Ask me if you guys need help learning how to use these. Force applier, mover, and puppet interface for knockback. You can also use a follower for knockback if you have a tag in here, and just put the tag dot right behind the character and make it follow whenever it's getting hurt. Multiple ways to do things. Okay guys, oh yeah, and rumble if you want the screen to shake and your controller to vibrate. Camera shaker. Okay, that should be it. Grading effects if you want the screen to go red whenever the people get hurt. Alright guys, peace out.